Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Now this one's long overdue. One of my friends on Twitter actually suggested this tutorial quite a while ago, about a month ago actually, but I was busy with the exams, so I kind of put it off because there were some errors going on with this tutorial. So I'm back now. I've fixed up everything, well, as much as I could, which is pretty much everything. And I'm sharing this tutorial with you guys, so I hope you guys had a nice long weekend for the Easter holidays. I'm not too sure if other countries like the United States and India had a long weekend, but in South Africa we did, so I just took a rest for the whole week because I just wanted to. So we're back with this tutorial. Now, as you guys can see, one of my friends on Twitter suggested a tutorial on how to make a tray icon, and he also linked up the Dropbox image. If you guys want to send some recommendations for tutorial, just Twitter, Facebook, whatever, it's all in the description. You guys can choose what you want to communicate with me on. It doesn't really matter. I pretty much respond to all the messages. So this is what the Dropbox one looks like. Now, if this was made in Java, we would have to have some sort of swing component or Java effects component or something to make this nice fancy GUI. This is probably the best looking tray icon I've ever seen in my life. So that's really saying something. But as soon as the JDK releases the support for swing components in this, I'll blow this thing out of the water. This will be no problem to get a better GUI, I guess you could say. The one we're going to be creating is similar to this one right here. It's just got two buttons. We're going to go with two, maybe three, but some more functionality as well, showing you guys how to create error messages, warning info, and normal messages just for the user to see. Like this one here tells you when everything is fine. It tells you if you got a virus, something like that. So let's go ahead and create a new project. Now, this is the 4th time I'm recording this video, and I've already gone ahead, created a simple GUI with 4 buttons. These 4 buttons essentially trigger the warnings because there's nothing to trigger the warnings right now. So I'm just going to be using buttons to trigger them. I've also made up two packages. One is called app package. I have 2 files in here. The one is called display tray icon.java, and the other one is a start frame, which is this one right here. Then we have another folder called images, or another package, and in that package we have an icon called icon.png. Now, this is a 16 by 16 image. I suggest you create your own depending on your project. Now, this J stands for the Javas, for Project Javas, because I couldn't think of anything else. So you guys can go ahead and create anything that you want. I sort of got inspired from the Vast one. You guys can see it's this nice orange color, and this one's also orange, so it's pretty much the same color actually, with the J in it instead of an A. So that's my icon, 16 by 16. Make sure it's that size so it displays correctly in this little box. So now let's go to our display tray icon, and while you guys are looking at this, just pause the video for a second and copy down what I've typed out already. Like I said, this is the 4th time I'm recording the video. All 3 times I should say, have been over 32 minutes. So there's no ways I'm releasing a video that long because I'd even get bored watching it. So what we've done here is we've created a public class display tray icon. We've created a constructor called public display tray icon, obviously. And then in that constructor, we've put in a method called show tray icon. We've created an object of a method. Well, not really, but that's just an object of this method right here. So in here, we've just created a public static void show tray icon, and we've put it inside this constructor. And then the last one's a little bit more complicated. We went with protected static image, because we're going to be creating an image, and it's called create icon. Now we have two strings, 2 parameters. The one is the path to the icon, which will be /images/icon.png, and the other is the description of that image. So that image would be considered as the tray icon image, right? That's about it. So in here, we're going to type in URL, give a random name, so image URL. Now, I've already added the imports for everything. So as you guys get errors, just click the little bulb icon and add in the correct imports. So URL, image URL, is equal to the name of the class that we are in, which is currently called display tray icon, right? So copy paste that, .class, .get resource, and in the brackets will go the path of the resource, which in this case is the picture. So that path will be considered this path right here, which we'll be typing in the parameter later on. So now we want to return the image, which will be return, right? And then in this return, we're going to type in new image icon. Once again, add in the import. after these two brackets, you want to, after the three brackets, I should say, you want to type in dot get image, and then in these two brackets for the image icon, you're going to type in image URL and then comma DESC, and that's it for that one. Now in the show tray icon, this is where all the cool stuff happens. We're going to firstly check if your computer can support tray icons. So we're going to type in an if statement, right? Just a basic if statement. So if we're going to put in a does not sign, which is just the exclamation point, and we're going to type in system tray dot is supported. So if system tray is supported, but remember we have this does not sign in the front. So if system tray is not supported, that's what it means, then it'll print out an error and then it'll close the app. So S out equals error, your PC sucks, and then system, you know, whatever, you guys can put anything you want there, return. Okay, now this return's pointless for now, but don't worry. So now the first thing that we want to do is we want to create a variable on the top here to actually start displaying our tray icon. So we're going to type in static so we can access it from our frame. Static tray icon, so tray icon, give around variable name tray icon, and then just put a exclamation mark at the end, not exclamation mark, semicolon. Then we're going to type in tray icon is equal to new tray icon, and in these brackets we're going to actually assign the image using our method that we created, which is the create icon method. So we're going to type in create icon, and then we have to specify two parameters. The first parameter is the path to the image. The second parameter is a description of what the image is used for. So we're going to be using it for our tray icon. And then the first one is a path to the image. And in our case, my case, it's /images /icon.png. Remember to put the extension at the end. Now, the tray icon only supports a few extensions. If you guys want a list of all of them, I suggest just looking up on the Sun documents, the Oracle documents. It'll give you a list of supported file types, but I always use PNG. It always works for everything. Everything PNG is the way to go. It's also for smaller file sizes. You guys can use bitmap or GIF as well. So okay, so we have that so far. Now what we need to do is we need to type in another variable. So final system tray, give it a name, tray is equal to system tray dot get system tray. So that gets the system tray, then the tray icon will be inserted into the system tray. So now we're going to do that now. So we're going to type in try, fuck's sake, try catch, and in the try what we're going to do is we're going to type in tray dot add, and it'll automatically import tray icon and stuff. So in here we're going to type in exception E, and then we're just going to let Netbeans, use a specific exception. So now when we run our program, oh wait, hang on, it won't show anything because we didn't code the other stuff yet. Make sure you select your main method to be the start frame, right? So in the source code for the start frame, when this app starts up, like right in the top, just above the constructor, we're going to type in display tray icon, which is an object of our class, the display tray icon class, DTI, or whatever name you want to give it, I don't care. Doesn't really matter. Equal to new display, I forgot new display tray icon. So that what's going to happen is when this frame starts up, it's going to automatically run this bit of code, right? And it's got a constructor. So this constructor is going to start up this method called show tray icon. Show tray icon will check if it's supported, load it up in system tray, try it out, do whatever it needs to do. So when we run it, you guys can see our system tray has popped up at the bottom right hand corner of our screen. I'll zoom in a bit just for this one screenshot so you guys can see what it's like. So when we close it over here, it also closes the system icon, the tray icon, sorry. You guys can code it how you want. It doesn't really matter, up to you. Okay, so now that we have that done, what we want to do is we want to start adding components into that tray icon, so we can exit from there, we can view a few pages, we can do some cool stuff. So we need to create one more of these finals. Now the last one, let's just type it in the front, is a final it's a pop-up menu, right? So pop-up menu, make sure you type it like how I do, final pop-up menu, pop-up is equal to new pop-up menu. Damn it, I hate how it's so case sensitive. There we go. And then once we have that, all we have to do is we have to get the pop-up menu to actually register with the tray. So to do that, we simply say tray icon dot add, is it add? I think it's set pop-up menu. There we go. And it'll automatically add the pop-up in there because Netbeans is a little bit smart. So the pop-up menu is now registered and we can start adding components. So let's create a comment saying add components / menu items. Okay. So what we can do here, we can type in menu item. So we're going to type in menu item and then we're going to create an item. So let's create an about item, right? So about item equals, come on, Euro type equals new menu item. And then in these brackets, you just want to give it a name. So we're going to call it about. That's what will show up when you click on the thingy. Okay, so we've created a new menu item called about. Now what we need to do is we need to populate the pop-up menu. So all we simply say is we say pop-up.add and then you type in your menu item, which in this case is called about item, and that'll show up the about item. So let's click on play, right click on our icon, and you guys can see we have the about. So we're going to create one more called the exit, right? So once again, it's pretty much the same thing. This is how you add components. So we're going to create an exit item. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to once again add it into our pop-up menu. Now remember, Java reads from top to bottom, so whatever appears first will be shown on the top of the list. Whatever shows second will appear on the second, etc., etc. Okay, so now when we run this, we will have about and exit. Now this looks a bit stupid. Let's add a separator between the two because about and exit's not on the same thing. So in between pop-up.add about item and pop-up.add menu item or exit item, you want to type in pop-up.add separator. And then that will add a separator for you. So when you right click on it, you can see we have this nice separator in between. So let's just close that. So we have those two things. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to create a hover over. You know when you hover over the thing, it gives you some info of what app that is. Like this one tells you files up to date, blah blah. Origin tells you that, you know. Dropbox is nice. It tells you Dropbox 2.6, the version, and it tells you if it's up to date or not. So we can create a similar thing. So for Christy, and I think that's his name, who left me a message, we can actually create one thing that replicates Dropbox, even though it's a little bit stupid, but I mean, I guess it's cool. So before everything, we're just gonna simply type in one line of code, tray icon dot, what is it called? Tray icon dot, I think it's tooltip, no, I think it's set tooltip. Yeah, there we go. So you're going to set the tooltip, and you can set the tooltip to be anything you want. So let's go ahead and copy what Dropbox has, because Christian, I think that's his name, I hope I got it right, wants to know how to replicate sort of the Dropbox look and feel and, you know, their type of nice design. But this is the best we can do. So we're going to say version 1.6.21, and then we're going to put in /n, right? So /n, \n, and then just type in the name of the project, so project Javas or whatever it's called. So that'll create a tooltip. Oh, null pointer exception. Oh my goodness, come on. That is because I typed it in before we actually created the tray icon. So type it in after these 3 lines of code. These 3 right here, this final system tray, type it below that, and then it should work just fine. There we go. So now when we hover our mouse over it, you guys can see the version, and then project Javas, which is the name of the app that's running. So it's similar to the Dropbox one. It looks pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It looks much better than just plain, you know, one-liners. So it looks a little bit high-tech, and you can right-click and you can do whatever you want from there. So now that we have the tooltip, what we want to do is we want to actually add events so we can click on stuff. So let's create a bunch of events. Now before the try, yeah, let's do it before the try and catch. Now we're going to be creating action listeners. So let's go with the about item first. So we're going to type in about item dot add action listener, and then in these brackets we're going to type in new action listener, and you'll have to add the import for action listener. Open close brackets, and then you guys can see you get an error. So if you just click on this bulb and type in implement all abstract methods, it'll implement the method for you, and it even got the correct thing that I wanted, which is action performed. Because when you click on the button, that leads to the public void action performed method, which is this one right here, and it'll perform whatever code you type in between these two brackets right here. Sorry about that. There we go. So in here we just want to type in a J option pane. Now I'm just going to copy and paste this from a separate page that I have open, which has J option pane, and we're going to type in show message dialog null made by mirror thing. So when you click on it, it'll show up this J option pane dot show message dialog. Now just for a little bit of context, actually, you know what? Yeah, okay, let's just do it. It's already 17 minutes in, but Netbeans has Java has a variety of different events that you can use. Mouse click, mouse press. I mean, we go over this in almost all our Netbeans design tutorials. So this is how you would type in a action listener without right clicking, going down to menu, without doing this method right here, without right clicking, events, action performed. That's exactly the same thing that we just typed, right? But it's created some generated code which you guys cannot see that handles everything that we just typed, but it puts it in this nice little one-liner for us. So that's how it works right here. So now when you run this and you right click on it, you guys can see it. When you click on about, it'll show up this little menu made by mirror thing. Now it's using the Nimbus look and feel, not really the Windows look and feel. So in order to change that, you want to change it in here. So you just want to expand the look and feel settings code in the JFrame, change Nimbus to Windows, and then that'll change the entire project to use the Windows look and feel. So there we go. You can see we're using Windows 8 with the purple, because my background's purple. So that looks nice. So now you want to do the same thing for the exit button, right? So once again, copy and paste this, or you can type it out if you just want to, get familiar with the code. But I'm used to it. So when you click on the exit one, remember we had to change this about item to exit item. We're going to type in system.exit, and in these brackets will be a 0 and then semicolon, and that'll exit the program. Now, I wanted you guys to take a note of something. When we exit the program, sometimes what happens is the icon hangs around for a second or two. Now it's not really happening now for some reason. Ooh. But sometimes it hangs around, and you don't want it to hang around because, the app is closed. So in order to make it close and close properly, all you simply do is you type in tray.remove. You remove it from the system tray. Oops, tray.remove, and then the tray icon. So you remove the tray icon from the system tray to make sure that it's gone. Some apps don't get removed properly, and it just hangs around for far too long, 5-6 seconds, even after the app is ended. So just to be a little bit more professional, a little bit more efficient, make it work well. So that's how you handle those two. Now the next thing we're going to handle is those error messages, right? These 4 error message, error warning, info, normal. So in order to display these messages, we have to create something new. Now the thing that we need to create is a display menu, right? So in order to create one, we simply type in menu, give it a variable name. I'm going to call it display menu because that's what I use it for. Is equal to new menu, and then give the menu a name, which doesn't really matter what the menu name is, but just name it menu. Okay. So we're going to populate the message display menu. Now, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, my phone has got some problems when I connect it to my PC. It tells me error, device not recognized. This is a display menu that we are creating right here. I may be mistaken because I didn't really understand what the documents are going on about. So if I did make a mistake, just leave it in the comments. Don't go nuts and cause a riot and stuff. Just leave a comment if I made a mistake. But this creates a display menu, so it automatically shows up a little menu with the display on it directly from the icon. Right, so now that we've got the display menu, we simply populate the menu with the appropriate error code. Now, the way we do this, we simply type in the item. So we need to create 4 more items, right? 4 more menu items that won't be in the pop-up.add, but it'll instead go into this right here. So let's go ahead and create these 4 more warnings, I guess. Okay, actually, you know what? I've already typed this out. Let me just copy and paste it, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I have these 4 menu items, right? And I've just added some text over there. It doesn't really matter because we're not going to populate the pop-up menu. It's not going to be shown, basically. So we're simply going to type in over here, display menu dot add. Oops. And we're going to add in error item just for starters. Now when we run it, you guys will see that the menu item won't actually appear. The error item doesn't actually appear yet because we haven't added it to the pop-up menu. However, it's still there. It's still there waiting for you to get an error. So now that we have that, remember we created this variable on the top. That's so we can access the tray icon variable. So let's go into the start frame, double click on the error button, or whatever. You might not have a button, but you can type this code any way you want. So we're going to type in display tray icon, basically the class name, dot tray icon. So we're accessing that static. Make sure it's static so we can access it. Display tray icon, and then in this class we can access this tray icon variable. So tray icon dot display message. Now the first one is the caption. The caption is error. The caption is basically USB device is not recognized. Let me do my phone again. You'll see it'll say, let's go over this. This is the image. So this is a warning. USB device not recognized. That's the caption. And then the description is the last USB device is connected, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. So we're going to say error with system. Okay. System error. That sounds better, doesn't it? So system errors. System error. And then you want to type in the description, your PC has encountered a vital, is vital a word that I can use? A vital error, I don't know, whatever. And the last one's the message type, which in this case is error. So it's tray icon dot message type dot error. Make sure you type it in correctly. It's not T, it's the actual tray icon from the methods from the tray icon class. So tray icon dot message type dot error. So let's run this. When you click on the error button, you guys will see an error pop up. And you can see it says system error, your PC has encountered a vital error. Now, why is this Windows XP style? I don't know. But it has a settings button, which is pretty cool as well. So, I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's really cool. Version, you know, nice. Very nice. Okay, so what's next? Well, the next thing to do is just to add warning info normal. Now, I'm going to do this in my own time, and I'll just show you when I'm done. Okay, so I've added a bunch of little comments, you know, funny joke comments, I guess. Okay, so the error one, you just replace message type dot, well, you don't replace anything, but you type in message type dot error. Then for the warning, you replace error with warning. For just the basic one, you know, like an info message, you replace it with info. And then the last one is just a normal message, you replace it with none. So these should display the 4. So this is the error, system error, your PC has encountered a fatal error. The warning looks like this, not a fatal error, bro. It's got the warning sign, info, your PC is slow, you're a cheap bastard, buy a new PC. And then the last one is just a friendly message. What's up, homie? Holmes. Spanish now. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Why it has the Windows XP style? I don't know. Java, you know, you need to get up to date with the times. This is Windows 8. It should have the box look, and you know, like a smaller freaking. I mean, come on. This looks like that clip guy from, you know, the old Microsoft Office products. You know that little clip. I'll put a picture there. God, I'm old. But yeah, okay. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. I'm so tired. Okay guys, so that's it for this tutorial. Just want to thank Christian. Hope we got his name right. I'm not too sure what his name is actually, but I haven't looked at my Twitter for ages. But if you guys do have a nice suggestion for me for a tutorial, please don't be afraid to leave it in the comment section below. Or better yet, contact me directly, because I've got the messenger and I get messages like immediately. Email works as well. Twitter, Facebook, email, those 3 are very good. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, thank you for the recommendation of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.